Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, it is I am the one and only Mexi here once again, and I am back for the likes of the Mexi Toys videos, as to be expected. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of Piglet's Big Game for the Nintendo GameCube / PlayStation 2. So, last time we've essentially did somehow manage to begin the introductioning portion in terms of the forms of Eeyore stream, and overall we're actually doing not too bad actually, especially concerning about the fact that thankfully though, we actually did somehow manage to able to obtain the feather on the first attempt, and on top of that, there's no major issues with it at all. So today for this video is about the fact that we're about to be able to still continue things on in Eeyore stream, and hopefully, exponentially, we can pretty much guarantee we can able to wrap things up through everything in terms of Eeyore stream by experiencing some areas that we haven't exactly experienced yet. Well, to be more specifically though, on the other hand, we haven't exactly come across into the last room yet until we've realized about the fact that now we can able to actually go there. So either way though, before we continue things on for this point, we need to, as usual, grind as many of those cookies as we could, just in case about the fact that there's going to be a brave face that we'll come across into in the future, because as far as I'm aware, that I don't think we can probably be able to actually just to go ahead and come across into a brand new brave face, or essentially the brave face factory anytime soon, until specifically whenever we get to the next streams, which are Rapid Stream and Tigger Stream. So either way though, that might be some consumption. So, and I think these are the last few cookies in this room, I believe, although I may be wrong. But either way though, let's just go in. Oh, I hate when that happens, especially noticeable when certain cookies always get clipped through the actual wall or out of bounds or something. But hey, at least on the upside, we've already got all of those cookies now. So either way, now I think that pretty much takes care of for this room, aside from the fact that we do need able to be back for this, because obviously we do need that specific item in order able to actually turn off that particular water fountain. So either way though, exponentially speaking though, we can now able to actually hit back into the forms of the exactly the same room as where the blue ball was located. Well, we're not exactly going to able to actually capture one of those colorful balls just yet, because obviously I need to get myself organized when it comes to able to obtaining, you know, the mandatory items we can probably expect to get. So either way though, yeah, we'll be back for that later. So anyway, so a few things I want to explain for this point today, and that is the fact that, well, I think, relatively speaking, today's day is of course the, I don't know what today is for this point today. Actually, I'll get to more details onto that in a moment, because one thing I completely forgot to mention about, and that is about the fact that we now stumbled across into ourselves the next Woolsaur over here, and this is actually known as Mirror Woolsaur, which basically all it does is about the fact that he loves to able to actually shift between you know, the actual screen and stuff like that. And now you need to memorize the forms of the button combinations while the screen is shifting between either side to side or upside down. But exponentially speaking though, we can essentially deal with him no problem. So, and this is where we stumbled across that particular puzzle where basically that we need to able to turn on or off certain things. But let's have a look at the book.
Looking at this drawing, it seems I have to do something with the faucets. The drawing says that too much pressure will pop the valve off. Oh, if that happened, I could use the valve somewhere else. Oh, I understand.
So that way, it gives us a hint of what exactly what we're supposed to do. Now, before we do that, of course, we do need able to go after more cookies. So, yeah, as far as I'm aware, today's date, of course, there is the 13th of March today, in this case, in 2023 today.
That's it. It's turned on.
Yeah, that might be somewhat suspicious here.
That's it. It's turned off.
So I think exponentially we need to turn on the little pipes.
That's it. It's turned on.
in addition to that, we also need to turn off the actual taps between not only the sink, but also the bath itself as well.
That's it. It's turned off.
And now we've actually got ourselves the third and the final item we can probably expect. Now we can able to actually collect all 3 of those colored balls. So, I think what I'm gonna do is that I'm actually gonna go in a reverse order when it comes to likely obtaining those colored balls. Like, I think I'm about to get started with blue first, and then yellow, and then red for last. Just in case, makes the process a bit quicker. So, in some cases though, yeah, let me go ahead and grab these remaining cookies right here, and sure enough, we've done everything in this room. So, yeah, there's no point for able to actually go back in there anytime soon, until specifically whenever you go back into the previous streams again, that, sure enough though, there's going to be a challenge coming up. So, either way, let's just go ahead and, head back into this particular room right here, and talk of the devil, we got ourselves some Wurzels to take care of. So, yeah, in some cases the basic one at that. So, yeah, let's just scare him off. So yeah, a few things I want to mention though is about the fact that, well, relatively speaking, as far as what Sonic has completely forgot to mention about, during the course of the Sonic Origins playthrough, specifically in Sonic 3 and Knuckles portion of the game, that basically though is about the fact that there was technically a Mii racing suit that was actually appeared, although I'll get to more in a moment.
I have to catch it.
And thankfully, unlike any forms of how it does it on the feather that we do need to catch, thankfully there's no time limit on the, whenever you're trying to catch those different colored balls, next to the forms of the other collectibles as well. But then again though, we'll point things out at some point on Wednesdays and Fridays essentially, so either way though, things will be able to actually take time for a certain amount of time or something. So, anyway, so what I found was a little bit interesting is about the fact that every time when certain potions are still there, and then basically though it's about the fact that, well, if you managed able to load up the next cutscene or something, and then basically though the potions do show up. So yeah, it's kind of interesting all things considered. I believe if you managed able to leave the potion for a long period of time, then I believe that certain Heffalumps and Wurzels will break free, I'm pretty sure. Well, then again though, it has been a very long time since I actually known about this game. So either way, now we've actually obtained the first color ball, which is essentially blue color. Now we need to get the yellow one. And by simply, since that we actually got ourselves the actual turning, cogwheel or something, and basically though we can now able to actually switch off the water fountain. So exponentially speaking though, I think relatively speaking that the blue ball is definitely one of the hardest of the 3 in my opinion, whilst compared to the other 2 on the other hand though, I found this to be a piece of cake. And since that we've already taken care of Heffalumps and Wurzels, so it should make things a bit comfortable for us.
I have to catch it.
Alright, so once again we do need able to just trying to get this thing cornered, and again, sometimes it's all depending on the AI behavior for certain objects alike, but either way though, that might be saying something as far as I'm aware, so... But either way though, not much else to talk about, I'm afraid, apart from the fact that one thing that, oh, can we get it? Yes, we do. And in fact, it doesn't take me that long to able to actually obtain the yellow ball. So now we need to go ahead and go on to the left room, and since we've got ourselves a bit of a corkscrew, and since about the fact that we can now able to actually obtain the red color ball, pretty much. So yeah, before we continue things on here, well, apart from the fact that there are some cookies I've missed, but hopefully we'll be back for that shortly after, because... well, after when you're able to actually obtain every single colored balls, something will happen. So either way though, we'll not get ahead of ourselves for this point right about now. just because I can assure you that we've almost done with this particular dream, which, either way though, yeah, not much else to say. So either way though, that, you know what I'm saying. So either way, now we've actually, gone into the left room, and now we can able to, you know... Oh god! I completely forgot about that heffalump right there. I think we should probably best to take care of him first before we're able to obtain the third and final colored ball, or potentially the red ball. So either way, there goes the basic heffalump right here. So we can now able to obtain a potion, so much so. If I can obtain it, of course. So now we can able to actually get this thing opened.
Oh, I have to catch it.
Alright, so let's go and get that red ball, and sure enough, we're easily cornered by it thanks to the forms of that particular door opening. So, there we go. We've got all three of those different colored balls, so now we need to able to have a contact with Eeyore, and I think, relatively speaking, the actual colors should be restored by then. So, everything else will be pretty much good to go, right? Right? Well, the thing is though, we still have not done with this dream yet, because, well, you'll find out until when that cutscene shows up.
It sure is pretty with all the colors back, if you like that sort of thing. Oh no, looks like we've got visitors.
But it's too dark. We can't see anything at all.
Maybe we should light the candles.
What a good idea, Eeyore. I'll go ask Roo to lend us his lamp.
Oh my god, it's Luigi's Mansion blackout all over again. Well, except the fact that it only happens in one room, so exponentially we need to head back outside, and relatively speaking, we now need to meet up with Roo again, ever since the beginning portion of the dream, so we can able to actually obtain one of those items that we can desperately want to need, in order to able to lit up the room again. So before we deal with all that stuff though, let me go ahead and take care of this heffalump first, so just to ensure that I need to find the missing cookies around here, so we'll able to do just that. So anyways, let's talk about the forms of that missing factor that Sonic has completely forgot to mention about during the course of the Sonic Origins playthrough on Sonic 3 and Knuckles playthrough, that despite the fact that, relatively speaking though, that he somehow gets crushed all the time for certain unknown reasons, but relatively speaking though, there was one thing that he forgot to mention about. Well, apart from the fact that he already mentioned about the forms of the Mario tour, from the likes of the current tour we still are onto right now, that basically, that he's already mentioned about the fact that, well, one thing I should probably able to forgot to mention about as well, that recently we've now actually got ourselves the white Shy Guy, which as a result is more likely the white colored variation of Shy Guy, so that's actually a huge plus in my book. And on top of all that stuff though, I've recently got myself Mario King outfit based off from Super Mario Odyssey, so pretty cool to have that though, especially concerning about the fact that this is a great way I can able to grind as many of those event tokens as much as I can, although sometimes the coin box can be pretty much useless at points for competitive side of things, but when it comes to grinding some more, you know, event tokens, that would be a pretty recommendable way for able to actually do this way, so, but that's just me. Alright, so I think we've actually gathered every single cookies in this particular hallway, so now we need to able to head back outside, and hopefully we'll find Roo, so just to ensure that we will able to actually have to borrow that particular item we do need, but of course before we deal with all that stuff though, I just want to make sure I need to find the last few sets of cookies in this particular dream, and once we're done with that, well, exponentially, I think we're basically done with this particular dream. So, relatively speaking though, there's all the final 5 cookies in this particular dream. It's just right onto that particular fence that I somehow completely ignored ever since in the last video, which I was not expecting that. But hey, there we go, we've got every single cookies in Eeyore's dream. Not too shabby. Although, as soon as we're able to move on to the next stream, this is where the part where I feel like trying to find those cookies might be a bit of a struggle, which, as a result, because I not exactly know where the locations are when it comes to kicking certain objects whenever, like, you know, they're shaking and stuff. But anyway, let's just double check on the map quickly, and yeah.
Gru, you think I might borrow your lamp?
Sure, Piglet.
Thank you.
Piglet, I think I'm gonna go home. It's just too dark in here. Good luck.
And so
now we are able to actually receive the oil lamp apparently, so now we need to head back into the dark room, so that way we can now able to lit up the candles, and everything else will be pretty much normal as to be expected. So, anyways, let's talk about the forms of that particular missing factor that Sonic X... Oh god! Those hide-and-seek woozles. But thankfully we can simply just ignore them from now on, because relatively speaking, that we've almost done with this dream basically. So, anyways, so there was actually a Mii racing suit that has been on and running when it comes to forms of the Mario Tour so far. And that's what appears to be the Spike Mii racing suit, which also means that unfortunately Spike as a playable character is not happening in Mario Kart Tour, unlike the forms of how it does it in both Mario Party 10 and Mario Tennis Aces. So, bit of a shame honestly, but relatively speaking, that's just a way of how certain Mii outfit costumes will come into play. So anyway, so let's go ahead and lit up the first candle. I think you do need to lit up about 2 candles. So there's one on the left and one on the right. And thankfully there's no time limit, unlike in Owl's Dream. So once you're done with both of these candles, the room should now be light again.
Thanks, Piglet, for lighting the room again.
My, what do we have here? You may have frightened me last time, but that won't happen again. Try to frighten me. Go ahead. Woo! I'm so scared.
Oh, well, if it isn't that familiar talking door ever since in Rouge Dream. So of course, since we've actually got enough brave faces as to be expected in both Owl's Dream and Eeyore's Dream, so I think we should be all sorted to able to take on the talking door again. So relatively speaking though, let's go ahead and deal with round 2. So in some cases now we have 4 button combinations with 2 directional controls as well. It doesn't matter if it's either the analog stick or the directional pad, but hey, at least we dished them out for good. Good lord, I did not notice with that particular expression when Piglet falls through the trapdoor. And just like in the forms of in Rouge Dream, we do need to once again stumble across into an enemy endurance test. Like, basically, that once again we do need to take on not 1, but 3 of those specific enemies we do need to take down. Like, as far as I'm aware, this particular enemy endurance test was actually the introduction to, let's say, Juba Heffalumps, I'm pretty sure. That basically though is about the fact that you need to be fast on these guys, because otherwise, if you spend on the actual buttons combinations for too long, basically what happens is that he'll actually break the actual button combination. So basically though, and you can able to actually try out the replacement ones. So, relatively speaking though, everything else will be pretty much accounted for as far as when I played this game so many times in the past. So either way though, and we ended up in the red room apparently with you know, the exactly the same cinematic cutscene, so either way though, we will pretty much guarantee we'll have to deal with these guys for about 3 times, so... And this is where the game starts to get a bit more difficult and challenging for some players, although personally speaking though, with all that fast reaction timing, then you can probably deal with it no problem, for my case anyway, so... And something is very weird about this brave face, what Piglet just did right there. He just managed to open his mouth wide open while the bubbles spewed out. So, gee, it looks kind of weird, doesn't it? But either way, now we've actually seen that particular brave face in action, and we're able to carry on things on when it comes to utilizing that brave face during at some point in Rabbit's dream, and eventually Tigger's dream as well. And I think, relatively speaking, that we've almost pretty much done with the forms of Piglet's big game, believe it or not. I mean, sure, it feels a bit lengthy sometimes, just because of all that backtracking and stuff like that. But either way, now it's going to move on to the yellow room, which obviously sends us to the exactly the same cinematic cutscene as before. So, I honestly have no idea why they managed to able to come for that stuff, aside from the different lighting, so... Either way, I think that's as far as I can try to able to explain about this for this point, guys. Although, originally, I was trying to able to go ahead and get myself Mario Super Nintendo character. That it was part of the forms of the Mario Kart Tour game, but then I found out that I just want to get the King Mario instead. So either way, let's do the final button combination at the fastest reaction time, and once you're done with this particular tuba heffalump right there, sure enough, Eeyore's dream will be completed. Oh yeah, one last thing before we end off the video. I believe this dream does remind me of something related to Luigi's Mansion a little bit.
Piglet,
Oh, Eeyore, it's only you.
sorry to have frightened you. Seems to happen a lot.
Oh, no, it's all right. I'm very happy to see you.
Well, thanks for saying it. I want to thank you, Piglet. You brought the colors back in my dream. You lit the candles again. And because of you, there are no more heffalumps in my house.
Because of me, Eeyore?
Yup, and you did it all just to help me. Thanks for cheering me up, Piglet.
You're welcome, Eeyore.
And so it was that Piglet proved, yet again, that despite the obstacles and despite his fears, if you wish hard enough for something, you can make your wish come true.
Having all the colors back kinda turns a gray day sunny. Thanks for your help, Piglet.
It's raining. Oh, my carrots. My carrots! And a little bit of this. My stripes. My wonderment tigrified stripes. My carrots. My carrots.
Since then we've actually completed both Owl's and Eeyore's dream basically, we've now managed to able to unlock the final two dreams, which are Rabbit's dream and Tigger's dream. So relatively speaking, we'll save those in a later time. And in addition to that, there's also another movie clip just been unlocked, once you also deal with the forms of not only Owl's dream, but also Eeyore's dream as well. And I'm presuming to you that the actual clip was actually based off from is actually the beginning portion of the film, ironically enough, where basically Pooh, Tigger, Rabbit, and Eeyore has been chased by these bees. So, relatively speaking, no, that's as far as I can say about it. So, I think, suffice to say, we'll go ahead and end things off at this point right here. So join me next time for more of Let's Play of Piglet's big game, is that we're able to get started with the forms of Rabbit's dream. So things get a little bit more interesting. So I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Later, fellas.